AIDA. Get out there. You got the prospects coming in. You think they came in to get out of the rain? A guy don't walk on the lot lest he wants to buy. They're sitting out there waiting to give you their money. Are you gonna take it? Are you man enough to take it? Incredible.
What's the problem, pal? You, Moss. You're such a hero. You're so rich. How come you're coming down here and waste your time with such a bunch of bums?
You see this watch? You see this watch?
Yeah.
That watch costs more than your car. I made $970,000 last year. How much you make? You see, pal, that's who I am, and you're nothing. Nice guy? I don't give a shit. Good father? Fuck you. Go home and play with your kids. You want to work here? Close. You think this is abuse? You think this is abuse, you cocksucker? You can't take this. How can you take the abuse you get on a sit? You don't like it? Leave.
That was the scene from Glengarry and Glenn Ross, where Alec Baldwin plays the top salesman that comes down and kicks the guys in the ass to get them, to perform better. And that scene is one of the most famous scenes in Hollywood, as far as I'm concerned. And two guys, action scenes like gunfights, like in John Wick or something like that, they're fun to watch for guys, but it's just fantasy. But that Glengarry Glenn Ross scene, that cuts the heart of every man. Every man looks at that and says, that's reality. That pissing on other guys, peacocking and saying I'm better than you because I make more money than you. That means I must be better than you. Who cares if you're a nice guy? That is the weakling's narrative. I mean, basically, you have no character, then who cares as long as you're money making? As long as, matter of fact, the considerations, you must have good character because you make money. Everything is better because you make money. It doesn't matter if you cheat or if you're a good person or if you make society worse. Just as long as you're making money, you must be the best guy. But beyond that, it's deeper than that. It's this constant male aggression and competition and shitting on each other. That would go on even if the money was taken out of it. I mean, essentially, this is what the experience of most men have with male groups. There's always the jockeying for top position, always like the bullying and the peacocking and the dominance. I think that's the one word that sums it all up. Constant fight for dominance. Frankly, I think that's why you see as men grow older, we end up being more and more by ourselves. There's no expression. You can only be 100% yourself when you're by yourself. And I think you see that with men all the time. We just get tired and we get exhausted by the constant game of dominance and one-upmanship. It's exhausting and it doesn't get us anywhere. There's nothing to gain in. If you ever watch that movie, Glengarry Glenn Ross, none of these guys gained anything from that asshole that Alec Baldwin was playing, showing up and pissing all over them. They didn't gain any more money. They didn't get better at their job. It was just a guy that came down and got to show off his gold watch. Or whatever, well, it wasn't gold, whatever it was, Rolex. That's pointless. And when you think about it, in that scene, the top guys actually thought that would work. Bringing this asshole down to exert dominance over the lower guys. Because the actual goal isn't actually to make better sales. Believe it or not, it is just to have this exercise of dominance. Frankly, I think that's all that the average guy does, or even the unaverage guy. We just want to exert the dominance, and that's all they care about. I mean, look in real life, you guys have all, at least most of you, had the experience of having a boss that comes down and all of a sudden he has a problem with whatever you're doing, even though it was good enough before, now it's not. It doesn't matter. They're not really concerned about the job, even though they say they're concerned about the job. They just want to know that you tremble when you hear their voice. I mean, this is the same thing going on here in Glengarry and Glen Ross. You want to know that these guys are, beneath him. Now, how does that make for better salesmen? It doesn't. But it says so much about the male psychology. I want you guys aware of this. This is what we have to fight as human beings if we want to be fully human beings. Okay, now that's what I have to say about that. Thank you.